Hey everybody, so I wanted to give everyone an update on a product that I reviewed, and it was wildly popular, and that's going to be the STIHL FS-38 Weed Trimmer, Lawn Trimmer, Grass Trimmer, whatever you want to call it. I call them weed eaters. Some people did not like that and were correcting me a lot on the comments, but I do want to say that there is one thing that I found particularly wrong with it over the last about 5 years or so of owning this weed eater, and that is one part that I needed to replace. And albeit the part was very easy to find, it was very cheap. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So the part that I had to replace was the head of the trimmer. Now, this is just what's left of the head of the trimmer, but basically what was going on was because this is a bump and let out system for the line, I was bumping, and now I've had this, mind you, for close to about 6 years now. So this was basically bumping it over and over and over again, whether it was on concrete, it was on gravel, it was on softer surfaces, whatever the case may be. I honestly don't know what the user manual says you should be bumping it on, but it was just wearing down over time to the point where there wasn't much left. There was only a little bit of a nub left. It wasn't letting out enough, and I had to go ahead and replace it. Now, the good thing was I called my local STIHL official realtor, and they were able to go ahead and replace that part for me. Obviously not for free, I had to pay for it, but it is very cheap. It only runs about 30 bucks as of 2025. Now, with that being said, there are some universal ones that are out there on the market. You can find them on Amazon, things of that nature. I do not recommend it, not because I've personally tried it myself, but I've read a lot of reviews just because I want to make sure I'm spending my money right. And all those reviews were very mixed or just straight up bad. So I would go ahead and just spend the extra couple dollars, because it's really honestly only about an extra 10, 15 bucks, depending on what you're getting, to get the actual official STIHL one. And like I said, the replacement part's only around $30 as of today. A few other things that I found out with this over the last few years was that, and this is my only other complaint I have with it, is that this particular model is not adjustable. And I'm around 5'10". I'm in the military, I have a bad back, and I find myself a lot of times having to bend over with it just because of the height. You can see right here, if I were to go down with my arms hanging down at a natural length, it is not going to be cutting very much the grass. Therefore, I have to bend over, I have to bend my knees, things of that nature. I often find myself just bending over at the back. I have a very bad lower back and a very bad middle back from some old war injuries, and it's just not really conducive. Now, with that being said, besides the head, everything else on this weed eater is working perfectly fine. Still highly encourage it, still highly recommend it. But if you are about, like, say, my height or taller, 5'10", I would maybe look into getting something that could be adjustable, because like I said, it is just kind of a pain if I am constantly bending over to weed eat. Now, with all that being said, that's the only real update I have on this. If you got any questions, please by all means let me know. Let me know what you think of the review, and let me know if there are any other issues that maybe you encountered while owning this after a few years. All right, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Out.